when you learn from the mistakes of others, you save the trouble of making the same mistakes yourselves. This is going to be a video about how to optimally prepare for the Camino. And since I didn't really prepare myself, this is not a video where I show you everything I've done before the Camino, but I show you my pain and through that my hard-earned learned lessons. So first tip I give you is prepare well with walking before the Camino. Before the Camino I was walking a lot, working in the kitchen, so I thought I have this, no worries, I walk 800 kilometers no matter what. But you should definitely have some days walking outside to give your feet the opportunity to learn what it's like to walk on like these, stony roads. You could like walk kilometers and kilometers in your office, but it's not the same feeling for your feet. So get used to walking outside as well as walking up and down, so you don't only have strong muscles and everything, but your feet know what to endure, and your knees and the small muscles around your knees also know a little bit what to expect.
Good morning. When it comes to accommodation and a good night's rest, well, you have a couple options. What I did last night was a 24-person dormitory, and even if you make it through the symphony of snoring which goes on at night with your headphones which you're using to listen to some music, you might want to collapse from all the heat in this room, since there's an angry lady just 2 beds behind you who doesn't want you to open the windows because it's getting cold. So you're suffocating because it's just too damn hot. Even if you survive that, there's probably someone in here with a cold or some fever, and next day you're sick, so you don't want that. About a 6-hour hike walk later, I check in my new hostel, which only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds, which is a whole lot of upgrade after a 24-bed dormitory of last night. So I'm so happy. A little trick, like in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, where we start, you get this travel itinerary, and it says the route, for instance, for today from Logroño to Najeritz is about 30 kilometers. My advice, go a little bit ahead of this itinerary or a little bit behind and just stay put to the small towns, because it's so much more cute and authentic, and get a good night rest, which is very important if you want to walk 800 kilometers.
When it comes to food, I ideally stayed with accommodations offering pilgrim menus. This way you get a good meal for a fair price, and most importantly, you eat together with fellow pilgrims. On the Camino Francés there are plenty of cafes and restaurants for either breakfast, lunch or dinner. But if you're on a budget, I recommend buying trekking biscuits at home. Being a real army survival food, it's small but very nutritious, sure to help you through the day. Also, shopping at the supermarket helps to save some money. I often bought a tray of 6 eggs so I could make an omelette for dinner.
And if you cannot finish them all, you can still boil them and eat them the next day as a little snack.
Protein pro tip. Some supermarkets even sell pre-cooked corn.
So much better than a protein bar.
Lastly, excluding some parts of the meseta and some mountain areas, you do not need to carry 2 liters of water. I started out this way, but soon I discovered a lot of towns have free drinking water installations. Bottoms up.
You might have found this wonderful shampoo or shower gel in your hostel or hotel, and of course you deserved a nice wash with some good ass soap, but only thing is, be prepared that you're walking through the country most of the time, and bogs love a sweet smell of shampoo. So take care of this. Don't use too much soap. I am seriously so done with this whole Camino experience. I've been walking for more than 2 weeks now with blisters under my feet. My body feels perfect, but every time I think they're gone, like some new place, they come back. And then Camino being the Camino, you have to walk on like all these cobblestones, just pricking into your feet all the time. It's tough. Just walking on the side of big highways, but really I only am halfway.
Even my stick has enough.
As tough as the Camino can get, don't let this demotivate you. The Camino is a beautiful, unique experience which is unlike anything I've ever done. You make new friends from all over the world, and it's a great experience to share with people you already know.
Fabulous.
Believe me, you will be sharing stories long after the Camino.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Also, you go through some of the most beautiful parts of Spain. And what turned out to be invaluable when I got back home, the Camino was a reset.
I'm having a very tough moment here. It's just physically, every day there's something to fight for, if it's my feet or my hips now. But it also makes me think about all the pain which is in there, in me still, which I try to cover up with a sense of self, a sense of who I am, what I'm about, things I do, things I go, things I chase, the things I value, the groups I belong to, all these things. But it's just the cover, and that is a very, for this moment, shitty realization. Because who am I if it's not for the pain? Just the chasing, the running, the fleeing, going about. Aspiring, becoming, success, status. All these things are veils to cover what's really going on.
After having walked 800 kilometers, I felt so strong. And not just physically. I felt like I processed all of my extra baggage and was completely open to embrace the next chapter of my life. So in short, do prepare for a tough journey, but know that it will be worth it.
Wauw, dat moet de kathedraal zijn, toch?